Shalom Akim, Shalom Akwathiam. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kradash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. In this recent story that I have queued up for you, after watching this news update, what I found interesting, I want to say this: there's no coincidence that a news story about the Charagma, the Motb, the mark of the beast, the RFID micro C-hip. In this story, there's 3 6s on the screen, all right? If you're looking at the screen, there's one at the very top here, and there's 2 right beside each other, all right? There's one in the emblem, and also there's one where it states NBC 6 South Florida, all right? But we're commanded, let me come out of this here. Let me grab a few precepts. You know, as men of the Lord and the hope of the elect, we're commanded to measure thou the time diligently. And how do we do so? By watching the news, what's going on around us locally and also globally, right? And filtering everything through the scriptures, right? As outlined here in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, in the 1st and the 2nd verse. And this is when Ezra was speaking to an angel, which also applies to us too as well. And it reads this: He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Now, in this story here, right, they're going to have a variety of individuals in somewhat of a Zoom meeting, if you will, all right? And they're going to introduce themselves and tell their names. And even though it's reported that there's 7 individuals that have received this Motb, this device, in my humble opinion, there's many more that just simply we don't know about. But I want you to watch this news report here closely, and per usual, I'll chime in momentarily.
A major milestone marked in Miami. The first microchip backed by Elon Musk was implanted into a patient's brain at a local hospital. It is part of a clinical trial giving people who are paralyzed the ability to control their phones or their computers with just their mind. And I spoke to one of the Miami doctors involved, and he says so far it's a success.
Now, if you're paying attention to the screen here too as well, you know, she's reporting this story at 4:41. And or 144, and Lord willing, brothers, we are of that number. And should we be of the elect, you know, we have been given that at ISAB to see what this is, okay? And this device, this mark here, this is Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse on down, coming into fruition. Pardon me, I'm just getting excited because when these news stories start to pick up, I know that the time of our redemption is getting closer and closer. But nevertheless, pardon my brief interruption. Let's get right into this.
First time in 2.5 years.
I think my favorite thing is probably being able to turn on my TV.
Military veteran RJ is regaining a simple freedom.
RJ suffered a spinal cord injury, cervical spinal cord injury, due to a motorcycle accident, which left him quadriplegic, which just simply means that he lacks the use primarily of his arms or his legs.
And he, like a handful of other participants across the country, is taking part in a groundbreaking clinical trial that began in 2024.
I'm Nolan, aka P1.
My name's Alex.
I am Brad Smith.
My name is Mike.
Yeah, I'm RJ. I'm P5.
Each patient paralyzed by either a spinal cord injury or ALS. In each of their brains, an implanted microchip called Neuralink.
It's been an incredible amount of progress.
The Neuralink brain-computer device, founded by Elon Musk, teamed up with the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis and the University of Miami Health System. Dr. Jonathan Jagged and his team executed RJ's implant just months ago.
This device is completely invisible, to anybody else that interacts with somebody who has it implanted. The other thing that makes it very unique is how it's been miniaturized. It's a very small device.
About the size of a coin, but the impact so far, anything but small. During Neuralink's summer update on the trial, they showed this moment. Watch as a participant moves his cursor with his mind.
Oh, well done, man. Well done.
These are people that can't even move a mouse, right? So you have to understand, in its early stages, it's been really successful at allowing them to accomplish goals that they cannot otherwise accomplish. But what it can do in the future is anybody's guess.
Anybody's guess about Neuralink's potential. The uncharted territory raises concerns, but Dr. Jagged says it's expected with any new technology. And after years in the making, RJ is hopeful.
Excited to see what BCI's got going on.
Let's stop there, right? Let's go right back to the scriptures. Pardon me. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2 through 3, and it reads this. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. And how do we make it plain? We take these articles, we take these news reports, these stories, and we take them and we filter them through the scripture, all right? Letting you know that these prophecies are speeding up. I read it again. And the Lord, and you have to consider this, just a month or two ago, they reported that he had implanted a third patient, and now it's 7, as I mentioned from a little while ago. I believe it's more than that, more than we will ever know about, all right? Let me continue on. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, make it easy to understand, black and white, all right? That he may run that readeth it. Not you're going to get up and physically run, but through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. If the Spirit is working with you, you will get the proper understanding that this is Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse on down, coming into fruition, continuing on. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, it may seem like it's taking a long time. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Let's come from here. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, and it reads this. And he causeth all. Who is the he that the scriptures are referring to here? Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the elites. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And that word mark there goes into the word charagma. All right? This is the device that we're referring to here. All right? He causes all to receive a mark, a charagma. Okay? In their right hands or in their foreheads. And the reason I had this queued up, because it doesn't mean in the literal middle of your forehead, because as we can see here in the AI overview, it states this: the Neuralink brain C-hip is implemented underneath the skull in the region of the brain that controls movement intuition. Now I want to get a few photos here, because this is where that device is being implanted here, okay, underneath the skull. All right, so it doesn't mean the literal middle of your forehead. All right, it could be in the back of the head or the side of your head. Doesn't matter. If you were listening to what the doctor said, this device has gotten smaller and smaller over time. It's the size of a coin now. All right, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11, and it reads this: So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. You have to consider the power that we serve. It is impossible for him to lie. When he says he's going to do something or something's going to happen, it's going to occur. I'll read that again from the top. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Again, when he said he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And still many of you, regardless of how many of these videos that we do regarding this prophecy, regarding this device, simply many of you are unbelievers. And that's why Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33 is written. And it reads this: and when these cometh to pass, when all these things happen, the Motb is made mandatory, World War III, so on and so forth, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. And you have to consider this. If you take this device you are going to get a grievous sore. But the scriptures go into those words. You look up those words, you're going to receive a grievous cancer. And that's before you're thrown into the lake of fire. Right? If you take this device, you are going to be destroyed. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakar Kradash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.